please.
Yeah. So respected teachers, senior ophthalmologists, my dear friends. So I'm going to talk on the new innovation, the CMT Flex IOL, a new option for aphakic treatment. So there's no financial interest in my presentation. So this is a case of a 360-degree sublactated lens, which was planned for a lensectomy, vitrectomy, and a secondary IOL. As you all know that every innovation comes with a question why. So that is how mine also started. Because for generations, we have been doing SF IOL, started with the 2-point and 4-point fixation with the sutures, and then came the Charriot's, the glued IOL technique by Amar, where you had to externalize the haptics. And then the Arvind modified it to the XNIC technique, where the haptics were externalized using the needle. And then Yamane's technique came where you externalize the haptic and then it was cauterized. But then I thought all these were innovations of the existing IOL. So why not come up with a new design of an IOL that can be used for the treatment for aphakia? So as you can see, I'll just run through the video. For any secondary IOL procedure, we all agree that the 0-180 marking is one of the key factors. So after marking the 0-180 degree, 2 by 2.5 scleral partial thickness flaps fashioned using a crescent plate. I think people who are well-versed, so it's not very difficult to do also. So once the flaps are raised 1.5 millimeters from the limbus, a 23 gauge scleroscopy is made by the needle. So as you can see in this case, we have a totally dislocated lens. So the first thing I tried doing here is using the same sclerostomies to pierce the needle inside to stabilize the lens, and using the other sclerostomy with a 23 gauge cutter. Initially just clearing off the vitreous behind the lens before I make a puncture into the lens. And since it's a very soft cataract, a combination of good suction and cutting, making sure we don't drop it inside. As we are surgeons, we know how difficult it is and how the scenario changes once it goes inside. So the entire lens was removed. So now this is the new model of the CMT Flex IOL. As you can see, it's an hydrophilic lens, which has got a specialized T-shaped haptics in the end. So these T-shaped haptics, when brought outside through the sclerostomies, open up and prevent the lens from falling back inside. So there will not be any need for suturing or tucking of these IOLs. So these are specially designed Prenev T-Flex forceps. As you can see, they have a small broad tip. So this helps in grasping those T-shaped head or the neck. So you should make sure it doesn't chip off also. So at this time, we do not pull it outside. We just inject the lens and making sure we leave the trailing haptic at the wound or at the over the iris. So once the IOL is injected, and then we carefully bring it out of the sclerostomy. You can see the pop of the T-Flex as it opens up. And then once you leave it, the T prevents it from falling back inside. So that is almost the end of one side of the surgery. So this is just a small animation clip. And this can be done through any IOL cartridge because these are hydrophilic lenses, just to make sure that the T-shaped haptic comes out first because it makes it easier to grasp. So as you can see, the lens is injected through a clear corneal incision and then grasped. And once it is brought out, these T-shaped opens it and then it prevents it from falling back inside. So the other side, using the handshake technique, you can just transfer it. You have these grasping forceps which have serrations. So just transfer it to the other hand. And the second side is also gently brought outside. So that is practically the end of the surgery. You can see a well-centered IOL. And they have angulations between the haptic and the optics. So that prevents the rubbing of the iris, and it sits almost in the plane of the PC. So right now you can use glue to close the flaps, or you can even just suture the flaps or just leave it like that. And we have a 1-year post-op analysis of the patients. This is just the post-op day 1 pictures. And at day month, we're also doing studies on the UBM to see the position of the lens, and OCT through the sclera to see how the flaps are actually behaving under the IOL. So our data has been published in a few of the local journals and also recently in JCRS as an innovative lens design for the treatment of aphakia in post-cataract surgeries. So once again, I thank the AOLs for this opportunity, and I think this helps us to think outside the box and stay corona negative. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Nevin. Dr. Priya, your thoughts and comments?
So, Dr. Nevin, congratulations. It was a delight to see this video presentation of yours. I just want a few points for my clarification. I just wanted to know that what was the size of the sclerotomy that you made with that you made?
It's a 23 gauge this thing, ma'am, sclerostomy size. We tried because that's why we don't have to suture the sclerostomy, and we designed the lenses in such a way that it comes easily out through the 23. Because anything bigger, there might be some leakage at
And-
sclerostomy sites.
Yes. And what is the dimension of the T?
The dimension of the see, because we are just applied for patent and this thing, I can just tell you the overall diameter of the lens is around 14 millimeters, and this is 0.33 millimeters. I think the dimension.
Okay, so because I just wanted to know that when you are pulling it out from that 23 gauge thing, is there a specific movement that you do to pull that out? Because when you're pulling it out, does that T kind of thing come together and then you're pulling out and it spreads out, or how is it like?
The best thing is this is a hydrophilic lens, no ma'am. So whether you grasp it at the head or at the neck,
That's this.
I think it folds in such a way and then comes out. So there's no particular way for that.
I think that was pretty good, pretty interesting, and looks very simple. So I think that's good. Yeah. So do you have these lenses available in all the diameters? I mean, sorry,
Yes,
in all
ma'am,
the
right now-
diopters?
Yes, ma'am. Now we have the regular powers. Apasami is the one who's manufacturing the lenses. As the only question that comes up is in short eyes and long eyes. So right now that can be customized, because then we'll have to alter the sclerostomy areas where we're marking, because right now we have it only for the normal eye length.
Said the end-to-end diameter is 14, so probably it
Yes.
would work well in bigger eyes, in myopic eyes, because we keep struggling whenever we have a diameter more than 30 millimeters, the white to white diameter. So we keep on struggling for that. We have many methods to how to tackle that situation. But if you say your lens is 14, so have you tried in myopic eyes?
Yes, ma'am, we have tried in myopic eyes, but I think sometimes if it is too large, one sclerostomy can slip outside when you're pulling the other one. So
Okay.
right now we can customize for I think you did the vertical glued IOL, so that was a nice idea to tackle these eyes actually instead of going this way.
Got it now.
Yes,
Okay. Yeah, perfect. I think that was great. Thank you.